Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video with this yours truly Dark Native on Magic the Gathering Arena. I'd like to start by I'm trying to make sure I have a more consistent video base. When I say that, I mean having a consistent time when videos come up. I've been kind of off. I think I've been trying to do it on Fridays. I think I'll make that a thing, or it'll be Fridays every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. I don't even know time on my own time zone. 4 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. Been a little bit hard hectic because I'm in college doing school and work and whatnot. But that's kind of where I'm at with that right now. We have gotten Zendikar now, so Zendikar is out. There will be Zendikar decks. I didn't get access to the early access event, so I didn't really get any like actual hands-on full around time. So I'm currently doing that now, trying to find some decks. I know I want to try that Omnath deck because I already know everybody's trying to run that. I kind of like I really want to try the something with landfall. But my biggest concern is Ugin, because Ugin wrecks everything. But those decks are to come. But as for today, we're going to have Vito's Toll. And before I go into this deck tech, I would like to ask you guys that you should like and subscribe. Or I shouldn't say should. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe. It helps with me getting my videos found on YouTube so more people can see them. Just hitting the subscribe and the bell, letting you know when I post videos up on YouTube. And I don't have a Patreon. I don't have anything like that. You can always check me out on Dark Native on Twitter, Dark Native on Twitch, or Dark Native on here on YouTube. And I also have a Facebook gaming page called Dark Native Games. So with that, we will go into the deck tech. So this is Vito's Toll. It's a much easier deck to pilot. It's say you want to play something, but you really don't feel like doing nothing. You want to be just super lazy, just kind of let the deck pilot itself. This deck is great. It's a mono black ping you to death type deck, which doesn't require you to pay anything. All you have to do is react to anything that's too dangerous and let the damage do its own thing. So it centers around Grey Merchant of the Asphodel, Asvodel, and Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. So the goal is just ping them for 1 or 2 damage every turn. Every time you gain life, they lose life. Well, most of the stuff that you do, whenever they die or ping for damage, they gain you a life. So whatever ping of damage you do doubles with them on the board. So on the low end, we have Serrated Scorpion, which is the 1/2. It's a great blocker. If they destroy it, they take 2 damage, you gain 2 life. If you have a Vito out, they take 4 damage and you gain 2 life. So it's great to have. Erebos Intervention, we have a 1-of, so if we just need to remove something and we don't have any of our other remove spells or something very large, you can pay X to remove whatever large creature you have. Eliminate to destroy anything that's 3 or lower. Sanctum Stonefangs. Now this one doesn't trigger with Vito, but it's also a ping effect because every turn they take 1 damage on your pre-combat main phase. Tamrat Chosen plays 2 roles. 1, it becomes a very large blocker because the more devotion to black you have, the bigger his defense gets. And 2, he has a mana sink because most of our stuff we're playing is just fire and forget essentially. So you should have plenty of turns where we just have mana. So you pay 2 mana, exile a card from a graveyard, and you can gain a life. If you have Vito out, they take 1 damage and you gain that life. So they end up taking 2 damage per turn. You have Bastion of Remembrance. So when they start killing our stuff, they take a damage and you gain a life. With Vito, once again, they take an extra point of damage for every life you gain. So as you see, all of a sudden, all these ping effects start adding up. It doesn't seem like a lot by themselves because you're just 1 here, 2 there, 1 here, and you're looking like, oh, I've only done like 15 points or 5 points of damage in like 7 turns or 4 turns, but all of a sudden that continues to add up. You add in Underworld Dreams, where that every turn that they draw a card, or every time they draw a card, they take 1 damage. This does not work with Vito because you gain no life from it, but it's also another ping effect. Add that with Revenge of the Ravens, where every time they attack you, they lose 1 life, you gain 1 life. That does work with Vito. Excuse me. that does work with Vito. And then you have drag to the underworld and extension event as more of removal for protecting you. And then obviously you drop Great Merchant of Asphodel. If you have a lot of devotion, he comes out doing 6-7 damage. With Vito on the board, he does an additional 6 or 7 damage. So it's a pretty decent free for all deck. You have a couple removal, a lot of stuff that pings on its own. You don't have to pay anything to it or do anything to it, and all you do is play the card. So I would say the biggest downside, the biggest competitor to this deck will probably be counter spells, because if you can't get anything on the board, then, but I guess counter spells kind of screws anybody over. And then mono red still can be a problem if you don't start off with a decent hand, but you can deal with mono red because it's got incidental life gain in this deck. But it's still, I still say it's still kind of a tough matchup. Not super bad, but still kind of can be annoying. We have lock swings and lands to help us get draw, because we don't have any way to draw in this deck, so this is kind of our way to draw. And that's pretty much the deck. We will definitely be getting some decks made with the new Zendikar Rising sets. I'm still working on building those. Well, hopefully I can get one out next week. Having tinkering with some ideas, because once again, I'm not rich and I don't have, tons and tons of wild cards, so I have to be like kind of picky about what I get. Maybe if my channel starts getting bigger and I can like kind of get some sort of cash flow coming in from it, maybe I can spend more into it. But I haven't really set anything up like that right now. I'm just enjoying the play the decks and like show what I've got. But enough about me and my deck ideas. Let's go show you how the deck actually works. It is definitely a very laxed type deck. You just kind of do a thing and say go a lot of the times, actually. Let's see, so we got 2 swamps and a couple eliminates. This isn't too bad. This actually better would be like 3 lands, 1 eliminate, and 1 stone fang, and then you keep these 3 so that you can kind of get your engine going. We'll keep. So what I'll start off with is probably with a Sanctum, so we can just get the damage going. We didn't get a land. That's unfortunate. So I have a feeling these eliminates aren't going to be very effective because he hasn't played anything that's 3 or less. We will kill that because he wants to ramp. This will be where we can use to kill anything big. We really need a land. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna save that because it gives it trample though, so we gotta kill that now, unfortunately. I really wanted to get these 2 start going, but the Shadow Spirit gives trample and could have blocked, but play that first. I expect him to have some sort of fight card too. Oh, there you have it. Yeah, you just the only real, like, I guess engagement you do with your deck is like making sure you place stuff when you need to place it. But once you've placed it, it's pretty self. The pings just go on their own. Most of the time, I mean, we had free attacks, so we took them. But most of the time, you won't even really attack. You just keep everything back as blocks, and then let the pings do the work. 3 mana. We got a 1 play and 3 plays. That can become a 2 play in their first. We have no removal though. Well, sorry, we have a removal, but I would prefer to save this for high costing cards, since we have a eliminate to remove lower end stuff. I'll keep it because it's 3 land. Don't have a 2-drop, but that should be okay. A lot of green going around. Okay, so Lesnia counters. So, Extinction event will be the best thing. Magic is easy as Merchant puts it. Right, so what did that do? Oh. Well, this is going to become a problem. I think they got us here. Yeah, I think they got us here. Yeah, we need an extinction level again. That's pretty much what we do. Yep, that's pretty much it. We went too wide. So I guess that's another thing this deck doesn't do at all, is just things going wide. Maybe I should have held on to the extinction level event and used the single target removal since there was only 2. But I thought I had it since he only had 2 cards in his hand. I just didn't expect the 2 cards to produce 5 other cards. But Yeah, I'll keep this. Alright, we got blue. Mm. Hmm. So, blue eye artifacts? So, Azorius artifacts? Or maybe just being, well, yeah, artifacts and enchantments. So, this makes me think there might be all that shimmers in this deck. So, I think I'm gonna play this. And wait. Because attacking isn't really where we get most of our damage from. Most of our damage is from pinging. Alright, so now he's at 2-3. I'm gonna hold. So next turn I can play Vito and then attack in with all my Serratids. Maybe not. So these are odd, these are even, these are odd and even. We're gonna wait. So now next turn I can play Herbalist Invention on the Shambling suit. Get a bunch of life, do a bunch of damage. Okay, that is a problem. He's already at 7 mana. Yeah, wait, gotta pay 3. I can't count. Ah. So definitely gonna have to go even. So I'm going to lose Timrat. Good, just take Vito. Yeah, I need a new hand next turn. Alright, this game is pretty much over. Yeah. That took too long getting set up. I didn't really draw any removal. I drew the one extinction event, and that's really the only removal I had. So, and he already had all his bombs in his hand, so yeah, that game was over. I didn't get my Castle Lockling to like draw, like just didn't get anything. I mean, games be like that sometimes. Alright, so I have at least one removal, and here's Underworld Dreams, so I can start pinging early. So we'll keep this. So I mean, it's a 1-2-3 play, so you can't be mad at that. Counterspell. So I'm assuming that was a debate for a flash in. So okay, that's not too bad. So there's a counter for Vito or Underworld. So what do I want more? Okay, I don't think there's any 1-mana counter spells, so he can flash in something for 1, but he can bounce something too. Yeah. That is for sure a counter spell. This also leaves Eliminate up. Oh, he has no counter spells. Alright. Not really sure what he's playing at this point. I figured he'd flash in something or counterspell something at this point, but he's only played Charge of the Furbies. Why didn't he play that? Okay. Okay. I'm definitely gonna kill that. Alright, another guard around. So at this point, we just held back. So it'll take one, and then all I got to do is Temur it for 2 damage. Temur it to exile the creature from his graveyard, which will do 1 damage, and then because of Vito, we'll do another damage. One? Oh yeah, because I only got 2 creatures. And yeah, win right now. Solid win. And yeah, that's pretty much how the deck goes. It's pretty straightforward. There's no super secret combo to this deck. It's easy to pilot. It's fun. You get to ping stuff, whatever you, throughout the whole game. And that's Vito's total. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell to get notified when I post videos. Again, I will be making a point to try to get my videos out every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope you guys have a swell day. Don't forget, Zendikar decks are coming. Guys, have a nice day.